In my hands here, I've got a statement. It's just a scrap paper. I actually wrote this the evening before my son's inquest. And the purpose of it was I just wanted the judge to know how I feel. And to this day, I still feel the exact same. I asked the judge if he'd read it out in the court. He did read it himself, but he asked me not to have it read out in court. He would prefer if I made it a press statement. So that's what I did, and I just want to read it now. So you know, like, I still feel exactly the same. Anyway, it says, on the 3rd of December, I could never have imagined that I was going to walk into my home and find what we did. Never in a million years would my big, strong, handsome, caring boy have just taken his life willy-nilly like that. It wasn't him. I urge you, Judge, to look at every factor that has been brought to your attention. The drug dealers, the loan sharks out there, waiting for the next victims. Yeah, Brian got himself into something that he shouldn't have, just like most youths of today do. But the scum that prey on these young people need bringing to justice. Since all this began, I have hoped and prayed that we will get the justice that our son deserves. What he didn't deserve was to die in the awful way that he did. He was a hard-working boy. He worked 6 days a week. He was such a loving, caring boy who adored his family, and he would have walked on glass to make us happy. He wasn't depressed ever. And what he must have been is scared for his life and that of his family, because the threats which were made were very real indeed. As well as the obvious facts about the gun threats over the drug and the loan debts, I know 100% that there had been somebody in my home that day. The dealers that are rife in our area is incredible. These awful people think they run the estates. And the loan company in question is also very well known for the heavy-handed way in which it works. Only too many people are afraid to speak up. So this is why he gets away with it. All he's interested in is lining his pockets. But although it's legal, it's morally wrong. My son Brian must not just be forgotten about after today. This should not be the end of this inquiry. There has been too many serious facts that have been mentioned in court. I have from that day been very helpful, truthful with the police, and have trusted that they will help our family find the answers and the justice we deserve. But I am just bewildered that even with all the information and facts that have unfolded, these scumbags are still walking the streets. I owe it to my son to get these people brought to justice, and while I still have the breath in my body, that is what I intend to do. And whether it's today, tomorrow, or 5 years' time, I will get it. They know who they are and they know what they've done. But what they didn't know is that Brian's family are bigger and stronger than any of them. We've lost the most special, precious person in our lives because of them, and we aren't prepared to just forget him. He's worth more than that. There are people responsible for my Brian's death, and they need to be stopped now before it happens to someone else's child. Again, I urge this court to help me to do this. We've all heard the perjury committed in this courtroom and how people have not come here with the truth, but just to look out for themselves. And whether it's through fear for themselves or just because they don't have the decency to tell the truth. Before this happened to me, to my family, on the Friday, I was just a normal mum, 3 kids, grandkids, you know, happy as you can be. The next day, there's this bomb been thrown in my family and just broke it up completely, just destroyed everything, you know, that I've worked for and my kids have, because of money, because of greed, some person's greed. This is, you know, this isn't like I thought something I'm just going to read about in the paper or on the radio, see it on the telly. This, I've just learned the hard way, is actually what goes on, and it needs to be stopped. So I can't bring Brian back, as much as that's what I'd love to do. I can't bring him back. All I can do is just give a message on Brian's behalf, because I feel he's behind me, pushing me to do this, and to say to people, it's not worth it. Don't go down the same road that he went down.